Hey everybody, how you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Today we kind of have a little bit of an issue. I woke up this morning with this warning message saying that I should schedule a service for my low voltage battery. I was actually terrified. For a second I thought it was like my actual battery. Version 14 Lite's kind of jerking here. It's kind of not staying centered in the lane, which is really weird because it usually does. I don't know what was that, zigzag motion in the lane. It's kind of ping-ponging around in the lane. That was very weird. My camera's kind of blocking the eye line from the cabin interior camera, so it's kind of telling me to touch the steering wheel, which is really weird. But yeah, so I'm going to probably book a service appointment for my Tesla to get that low voltage battery fixed. It says a lot of my features will not be working, and that kind of sucks because I kind of like some of the features that, it's not allowing me to use. Like charging my phone. I can't charge my phone. I can't use Summon. I tried using it at a parking lot earlier, and it just wouldn't work. So it just said that I need to change my 12-volt battery. Maybe it's with FSD as well. It might not be able to do FSD correctly. So far FSD has been working. I haven't I really haven't been using it after this error message. This is literally like my first time using it, so not too sure. But we'll see. So if you guys are new to my channel, be sure to like and subscribe because I post videos like this one literally every single day. So if you're looking to get a new Tesla or maybe buy an older one, maybe try out FSD, maybe subscribe to it. My channel will help provide a lot of information about the everyday driving of using FSD and just owning a Tesla / EV in general. So yeah, welcome to the channel, guys, for those of you who are new. And if you guys have been long time viewers of the channel, thank you guys for all the love and support. I read every single comment. I appreciate all the likes and all the subs. You guys are awesome. So yeah, let's continue this morning drive with our small little issue. It's nothing serious, hopefully nothing serious. Usually with my gas cars, I would go to Canadian Tire and just buy a cheap battery and just put in my gas cars and kind of just fix it myself. I don't want to go to a dealership and really fix that. It's gonna cost a little extra, and it's just not worth it to me. I never really have issues with the Canadian Tire battery, so yeah, with the Tesla, I don't think I'm allowed to like work on this, which sucks. A lot of people like doing it themselves and fixing their own problems, fixing their own cars, and just working on their cars in general. So it's kind of annoying that I have to go to Tesla and go to the service center and fix it from there. The quote for the service is around $280 Canadian. Not too sure how much that is in American for my American viewers, or honestly anywhere else in the world. I don't know how much that is in pounds. I don't know how much that is in whatever currency you probably are watching this from around the world. But $280 is pretty expensive, honestly. But it's a 5-year maintenance thing. This car is around 5 years old now. It's a 2021. I bought it used. I've owned it for about a year. No issues, no maintenance, nothing. It's just so far just that battery, wipers, and wiper fluid. The cabin cannot see my eyes, which is kind of annoying. Might be this low light situation with my camera on my head. So hopefully it gets a little bit better. I'm gonna try adjusting the camera. But yeah, so far we're driving very smoothly. It's a very nice drive today. Lots of open road here. Not many people driving on the road. It is a very slow morning, and that's okay. We're gonna be doing some parking at the end of the video, so if you guys are looking to see some parking, how could it do like the transition to auto park, you guys could stick around till the end of the video and we'll see. Usually it fails horribly, so it'd be pretty cool to see if it works even with this low voltage battery notification here. We're going to be getting onto the highway, so it's making all these right turns very smooth, very nicely. And now we're ready to get onto this highway on-ramp and we're in standard mode, so this is probably the mode you're going to be in for the most of your drives if you're using FSD. I'm not a big fan of hurry. Chill and sloth might be a little too slow for the average user, especially if you guys are living in cities. People in cities drive a lot faster, so standard modes is probably going to be, you know, where you're going to stay in. And yeah, the car is getting up to speed, 70 kilometers an hour. There is a car to our left here. The signal goes on, and it's switching lanes very smoothly, very comfortably, and it does that very safely. That was very good. Gets up to speed, and now we're up to speed at around 100 kilometers an hour, which is around 60 miles per hour, which is really good. That was very smooth, very nice, very safe. And now we can just drive on the highway comfortably. So if you guys don't like morning drives to go to work or wherever you guys need to go, you know, FSD could really help make your drives a lot less stressful, a lot less tiresome. And I know it helps me, honestly. Like, I love using FSD. Version 14 Lite is a little bit of a, you know, a rough couple weeks with it. Personally, it's not as smooth as version 12.6.4 for me personally. I noticed some issues here and there. I cover them in all my videos, so if you guys want to see all that, just I guess binge my videos, and you guys will see most of the issues that I experience. Almost all the videos, there's always something that kind of goes wrong. The interior camera kit really can't see my eyes today. I don't know why. I guess it's a lot more, it's a lot darker than usual. I'm still getting used to that. Usually there's a nice sunrise, you know, when I wake up. But today it's not that nice today now. But we're driving, we're cruising. Nice little drive. Personally, I need to get a better camera for you guys. I feel like these night drives are a little bit hard to watch. My camera kind of sucks in the low light situation, so I'm definitely looking to upgrade my camera. If you guys enjoy these night drives, you know, be sure to comment down below. I read every single comment, so it's pretty awesome to see what you guys think. And yeah, we're just gonna continue this drive. So far, it's staying pretty centered in the lane. It's just bugging me to touch the steering wheel a lot. I'm gonna try adjusting my camera a little bit just to get that cabin camera, you know, open eye line. We're gonna be getting into the left lane here. This is gonna go towards the toll highway, which I definitely don't want to pay for. I personally want to stick on the 400 South, which is you know, not a paid highway. So hopefully it starts going left here. You know, make the alert go away by just slightly turning the wheel. I'm not disengaging or anything. It's just it just disengages, or it just makes the alert go away. We're gonna have to be getting over to the left because this is the toll route. If you guys can see, we are getting very close to the toll route. We are honestly getting pretty close to the end here, so I'm kind of have to. Oh, it puts the signal. I didn't put the signal. I did not put the signal. It did it by itself. It did it very last minute there. That was very last minute. As close as it could have been to, you know, almost not making it, you know, which is pretty crazy. And this is one of the issues that I've been experiencing with version 14 Lite. The navigation is pretty bad. Like, it misses turns. It doesn't get off the ramp properly. It almost doesn't, you know, it almost misses the entire, you know, highway that I'm supposed to be on. It's just constant stuff like that, and I really hope they can fix those kinds of issues, because those are like part of the magic, you know, of FSD. You know, the car figuring out where to go by itself. Obviously, it made it to where it needed to be, but it was way too late in my opinion. I would prefer it to be a lot more predictable, get into the right lane a lot earlier, personally. But yeah, it's one of the quirks, I guess, of version 14 Lite. Some navigational issues. I know a lot of you guys were saying that you guys have these similar issues in the comments. And yeah, if you guys own version 14 Lite, obviously comment down your opinion, what you guys think of your experience with it. You know, my opinion's obviously not the end all, like be all or whatever. I'm just one of the many people that have FSD, and obviously maybe my experience might not be your experience, and others' experience might not be mine as well. So you know, maybe others have perfect performance of FSD version 14 Lite, but in my situations and in most of my videos, you might see a lot of the issues that I personally have. So hopefully you don't have these issues as well. And we are going to be getting off at this on-ramp. This is another place we also have a lot of issues with. It never really turns right at this exit ramp, and I don't know why. Some of you guys were saying to do a camera calibration, and I'm not really too sure on how to do that. I've never really done that. I didn't even know you had to do that kind of thing. But maybe I'll look into doing that, and that'll fix my issues. But we were going to be needing to get over to the right here. It shows on the map. And it looks like it's not going to go. It still doesn't see my eyes. Yeah. Oh, it switches lanes. It switched lanes. I didn't do anything there. I'm touching the wheel a lot because it's freaking bothering me with the whole I need to be alert or whatever, but I am alert. My eyes are wide open. I'm literally looking like straight, and the cabin camera could see my eyes. Like, it's not like my eyes are not visible to the cabin camera. It's just very low light situations, and my camera's on my head, so I guess it just can't see my eyes, which sucks, but whatever. We're gonna get through this light, hopefully. Pretty close, but we're good. And we're gonna be trying to park at this Burger King again. Last time we came there, it parked in the frickin' permit parking, which is not great because I do not have a permit to park there. So obviously, if you guys have some sort of disability and you guys have the permit to park there, that's awesome because FSD might park in there for you. But personally, I don't want to get the huge fine that comes along with that. And yeah, if you guys have the permit, then that's pretty good that it can park there. It's technically a parking spot, so I guess I can't be that harsh on FSD for parking there, but just in my situation, that might give me a big fine. So I am not okay with spending $2,000 on a ticket like that one. Obviously, I could just park it myself, which is not a problem, but it's just part of the magic with FSD, you know. Let's see how it does this this entrance to the parking lot, and comes into the wrong parking lot, but that might be my fault, you know. Turns left, and we're probably gonna park in the disability spot again. And no, maybe, and we are kind of in the permit spot, but I guess we parked next to it, which is still pretty okay. So I guess, yeah, that's it. So I'm going to book a service appointment for my low voltage battery, guys. So in the next video, you guys are probably going to see me drive to the service center and just see what's up and see, you know, just how that process goes. I've never been to the service center, so it'd be pretty cool to see what that experience is like. And maybe I could get a loaner for a Cybertruck or something and make some videos on that. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for joining me on this drive. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys, you know, enjoyed the video. Comment what you guys think, like and subscribe, and stay safe, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and take care. Bye. See you guys in the next video.